Start lying on your back, getting the body comfortable, releasing any stress or tension, pain or discomfort in any way, and starting to focus on the breath, noting your inhales and your exhales, allowing your breath to come to you and leave from you, a little easier and more effortless each time you breathe. See if you can continue breathing in and out through the nostrils throughout the entire practice. And start cultivating that practice now. Inhaling, the abdomen rises, and exhaling, the belly button falls back towards your spine. Starting to slow the nervous system, slow the thoughts, settle into the body. And starting to bring your hands to heart center, placing them palms down so you can feel your heartbeat underneath. Maybe you make an intention, stating it to yourself in the present tense as if it's already yours. Whenever you have this intention set, draw your hands together. Create some heat. When you've created enough heat between the hands, place the palms over your eyes. Opening the eyes within your hands, sealing your intention. Take a deep breath in and out, releasing the hands to your side. Then following the breath, as you inhale, stretch the arms up overhead, and exhaling, floating the arms down next to your side. The next time you do this, inhale, stretch the arms up, arch the back. And then exhale, draw the arms down, flattening the back, pulling the belly button in a little stronger towards the spine. Inhaling, stretching the arms up, reach. Exhaling, palms come down next to your side, flatten the back, let all of the air out. Inhaling, stretching the arms up overhead, stay stretching. And then I want you to reach deeper through your right hand. Stretch through your right fingertips, longer through your right side waist, and pull your right hip down away from your right shoulder. So your whole right side waist gets stretched. And then exhale, soften the right side and do it on the left. Stretch and reach through the left fingertips, as if your armpit was reaching towards your elbow and elbow towards your hand. Pull your left hip down away from your left armpit. And then exhale, soften. Stretch through both arms, maybe interlace the fingers, turn the palms away, stretch back behind you, and then maybe tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in, stretch forward through your hips. And then as you exhale, release the arms down next to your side. So you won't see it in the video because there's nothing to be seen, but the next action comes from deep within. So as you stretch the arms up overhead, arch the back. And then as you exhale, draw the arms down next to your side, flatten the belly towards the spine, hold it there. Then I want you to pretend as if you could lift the knees up towards the sky without lifting your feet up off the floor. And you should feel this deepening, this tightness in the inner abdomen. And then release it, reach the arms up overhead, arch the back. Exhale, pull the hands down next to your side, pull the belly in, same thing. As the back flattens, see if you can start to let the knees get light towards the sky and let the feet barely lift up off the floor. See if this can stay deep into your abdomen. Lower the feet, arch the back, reach the arms up. And then exhale, lower the hands, pull the belly in towards your spine, same thing. Hug the belly in towards the spine, maybe rock the tailbone down a little more, or up, essentially. As the knees start to lift, the feet start to lift just inch, micromillimeters. And then maybe you extend one leg straight. Bending the knee of that leg, extending the other leg straight. Bending the knee of that leg, and then maybe extending both legs. See if you can keep this into the abdomen, bending the knees, place the feet onto the floor. Now you can stay with this exercise, or if you want to take it deeper, if you can find the abdomen in the last three options, then reach for your block. You're going to take the block, sit upright again, and then put the block in the space between your bottom of your shoulder blades and the top of your hips. So in that, we'll say, flexible part of the back. You're going to arch over the block. It's going to be temporarily uncomfortable. You might need to scooch and move a little bit so you find the space from the base of your shoulder blades to the top of your hips. Ground the feet, lift the hips so that they're in line with your ribs, and then lift your shoulders so they're also in line with your ribs. So everything's lifting up off the floor. Your chin will tuck a little bit, but let the work come from your abdomen, and then release. You'll do it again. First, your hips lift so that the hips are in line with your bottom ribs, and then your shoulders lift up so they're in line with your ribs and the arms reach forward outside of your thighs. If that's fine, reach the arms up overhead, in line with the shoulders, and then up overhead. This will be the most challenging. It's pretty difficult. And then release and come down. We'll do it a third time. The hips lift, the shoulders lift. When you get there, you can do the arms, reaching them forward. You can do one leg, reaching the arms up as well, overhead. There's lots of options, just seeing where the challenges take you. If it goes into your neck, please stop, remove the block, go back to the first 3 that we were doing on the floor before. Then lower everything down, lift the hips, take the block out from underneath you. Maybe you give yourself a nice big hug, hugging your knees into your chest. Just to release the spine, you can rock and roll a little bit or just stay still. Then extend both legs up towards the sky. Maybe they straighten, maybe there's a little bend into them either way. Turn the toes out, turn the toes in. Turn the toes out, hug the heels close together, and then turn the toes back in so the feet are parallel. Let's do this a few times. Turn the toes out, turn the toes in. Keep pressing up through the heels, trying to get the legs extended. As the toes go out, they also go wide. And then they hug in, and then the feet come together. So toes turn out, toes and legs go wide, squeeze through the heels, hug the inner thighs in towards each other, turn the toes in to meet. So a few times, toes go out, legs go wide. Heels squeeze in, toes come together, neutral. Good. Then we go external rotation, abduction, moving away from the midline, adduction, hugging in towards the midline, and then internally rotating to neutral. Start with the left leg, let it fall away from the right. Toes don't need to turn out, just sheer abduction and adduction, letting the left leg fall out to the side and then hugging it back in. And do it about 6, 8, 10 times. Just keep count or feel the pace. Exhaling, the leg falls out. And then let the right leg fall over to meet the left leg. So your torso is making a letter L. Turn all the way over onto your left side. Bend the knees, hug the ankles together, and then squeeze your right knee up towards the sky. As the knees squeeze up, your outer right glute does the work. Just let it pull away, starting to create strength, and these muscles we'll use as the phases of this video continue on. So right hip squeezes open the knee, extending the legs straight again, squeezing the right hip so that the right leg goes up to the sky, pulls you all the way onto your back. We're going to do this again. So right leg stays up and then left leg squeezes up to meet the right leg. About 6, maybe 8 times. After we've completed the last one, you'll let your left foot squeeze to meet your right foot, holding up at neutral, and then we'll go to the right side. So right leg falls out to the right 6 or 8 times. Let the feet be flexed, let the legs stay extended. They don't have to be perfectly straight, but just pressing up through the heel as the leg falls out to the right side. We don't want to let it go out of control. Let the inner and outer hip maintain control of the speed of the leg. After you've done about 6, 8 times or so, the right leg will fall out to the right. The left leg will follow all the way over to the right, and then you'll end up all the way onto your right side. So prop up your head and maybe on your right bicep, bend the knees, and then squeeze the ankles together. Let the left glute squeeze so that the knee comes up towards the sky or the ceiling. The torso may rotate a little bit, but try and resist it by just using the left glute to squeeze the left knee open, like a clamshell. In the video, you can't see it as much, as long as the ankles are touching, or at least the inner arches of the feet are touching. Re-extend the legs to straight so you're in that L shape again. Let the left glute squeeze. Let it rotate you all the way onto your back. Let the left leg stay in the sky, and then hug your right heel to meet your left foot again. Working on adduction, squeezing the inner thigh of your right leg to meet. Just warming up the muscles, again, like I said before, that we'll be utilizing a lot as the progression of these videos happen. I want you to keep in mind the muscles of the abdomen that we cultivated just a moment ago. We'll use them throughout, not just on our back here, but as the video progresses. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. You can stop at the end of this video as the end, or you can progress on to phase 2. In phase 2, we'll start on hands and knees. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and start making a few undulations of the spine through cat and cow. Just inhaling, letting the belly fall, and exhaling, letting the upper back body round. Maybe you accentuate the exhale here, pulling the belly in towards your spine. Maybe you let the head hang, rock ear to shoulder, and then come back through for cow pose. Belly falls, exhale into cat. And set up for a tabletop position, so the belly pulls in, then stretch the right leg long and the left arm forward. Hug the belly in again, and then float. Left arm forward, right leg back. Maybe in line with your hip and in line with your shoulder, respectively. Let the elbow and the knee meet somewhere around the belly button, about 3 times. And extending the arm long and the leg long, just lower the left hand. Round the upper back, take the right knee in to meet your nose, and extend the right leg back behind you. Cross the right leg behind the left, stay on the ball of your toes, stretch back. And from the stretch back, lift up, swing the right leg back to neutral, knee into nose, forehead into knee. Extend the right leg back, turn the toes to the right, kick it out to the right, and then swing it back. Turn the toes down, knee to nose, forehead to knee, extend the leg back, right leg behind left. Keep the leg long, stay on the ball of the toes, stretch back, little outer left hip work, and then float the right leg up. Swing it back to center, knee into nose, forehead to knee, extend the leg, turn the toes out, kick the leg out to the side, and then turn the toes down, knee to forehead. Last time, right leg behind left leg, lower the toes to the floor, stretch back. Good, lift the leg up, swing back to center, knee into nose, forehead to knee. This time we're going to hold, turn the toes to the right, kick it out to the right, hold. Lower the foot down, inner arch the foot, pinky side of the foot, and then rise up so you're on your left shin and the foot of your right leg. Right leg is extended, and on an exhale, hinge forward and fold. On an inhale, lift the torso, rise up. So a little forward fold as you're resting on your left shin. Use the shin as balance and a little bit of strength, just working on a little bit of space on the inner groin of the right leg. Lower the hands to the floor. Use the strength of the right outer glute to lift the foot. Swing the leg back, rotate the foot down, knee into your nose, step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. So we're going to set up for deep dorsiflexion of the right foot. So you don't want the right knee any more than 90 degrees from the ankle. I want you to let the right knee go forward past the toes, and as your knee goes forward, drop the right heel into the floor. And a nice way to counterbalance this is lift the torso upright and back. So as the knee goes forward, the weight of the body is on the heel of the foot. Then we'll move into a little bit of a hamstring sensation. Come to the ball of the right heel, flick the right toes up towards your nose, send the hips back. Maybe you microbend the right knee, but send the chest forward. If you look in the video, the spine is long. Maybe you bend into the right knee to get a little space, and then take on that hamstring expression. So the toes come back towards your nose, the knee microbends, the hips go back, the chest go forward. I'm just going to breathe here for a few moments, seeing if you can get the hamstring to release just a little. Continue breathing in and out. If your breath has gotten a little static, then bend the knee a little more. Continue to send the hips back, the chest forward. And roll through the front foot, bend into your knee, and slide your right knee back to meet your left. I'm only turning around in the video so you can see the second side. I'm going to move on to the left side. So the left leg will reach back behind you, and the right arm will reach forward. I did a cat and cow before moving on to the other side, so let that be an option for you as well. So now the left leg goes back, the right arm goes forward. Draw the belly in for strength, just like you did when you were lying on your back before. And then from there, hug your right elbow to meet your left knee somewhere around the belly button, maybe heart center. Extend on an inhale, exhale, elbow and knee squeeze. Inhale, extend the arm and the leg long. That's about 3 times. After the third time, You'll release your right hand to the floor, keeping your left leg long. Then exhale, knee into nose, forehead to knee. Inhale, extend the leg to straight. Cross the left foot behind the right. Stretch way back so you're sliding. Then lift the heel, swing the leg back to center, knee into nose, forehead to knee. Inhale, the leg goes straight. Turn the left toes out to the left and swing the leg over to the left. Knee into nose, forehead to knee. Go across the leg, left leg behind right. Stretch. Lift. Swing back, knee into nose, forehead into knee. Extend the leg to straight on an inhale, turn the toes outside, exhale, kick the leg out to the side. Hip squares, knee into nose, forehead to knee. Extend the leg to straight, and then lower the left toes behind the right leg, stretch, lift, knee into nose, forehead into knee. Last time, left toes out to the left, kick, lower the left foot to the floor. You're going to walk your hands back, let the torso rise above your right knee. Hands to hips, take an exhale, send the hips back and the heart forward as the left foot plants. You can't see it in the video, but the pinky toe side of the foot is planted. The inner arch is lifted, and your exhales take you forward, and your inhales lift your torso. Maybe you're sitting back as your bum goes back, your chest goes forward a little. Hands come to the floor the next time you exhale. Then use the glute, the left glute, to lift the leg up off the floor, swinging the leg back, rotating the toe down. On an exhale, the left foot comes forward. And situate the foot so it's 90 degrees underneath the knee, the left knee, and the torso comes upright. Bend deeply into your left knee so that the knee goes over the toes, but the heel of the left foot is super grounded. You don't want the left heel to lift at all. This will become important as the phase of the video goes on as well. Then you'll rock the hips back, extend the left leg towards straight. It doesn't have to go fully straight. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask against it. Maybe a little micro bend in the knee. All 5 toes pull back towards your nose. Send the chest forward. As the hips go back, the heart goes down. You can stay on the tips of your toes. In a moment, you can exhale, roll through the front foot, bend the knee just to release, and then shift the hips back, extend the front leg towards straight. It's a little micro bend in the knee so the hyperextension of the hamstring doesn't happen or any dumping into the joints. Let the heart move forward. Let the breath guide the leg to relax. On an exhale, roll through the front foot, bend into your knee, plant the palms, slide the left knee back to meet the right knee. Sit back, take a moment, child's pose. My suggestion for phase 3 of this video is a watch and then do. I'll take the time to go through what's important as I do it in the video, and then I suggest to press pause, and then you try. I'll do about 4 times on each side, I believe. So pause, give it a try, and then unpause and watch again. Okay, y'all, grab your socks. Come to standing, pick a strong or your first strong leg. Mine will be the left. I'm going to ground the left foot and slide out on the right. Now, it's not just grounding the left, it's actually bending the left knee and sitting back, so the weight is in the heel of the foot as well. Sliding the right leg out, staying on the toe, and extending the leg as much as possible. It might not go as far as mine, it might go further. And then sliding in. What you're looking for as we do these is that your foot doesn't stutter or lift up off the floor. You want to stay on your toes. So you're going to slide out and slide back, slide out and slide back. Sitting back as if there was a chair behind you to sit on. Stage 2. We're going to make a revolution. So same thing, you'll sit back, slide out, rotate around to the ball of your toes, rotate back, and slide together. Slide out, rotate around, rotate back, and slide together. Sit back, slide out, rotate around, ball of your toes, slide out, and then rise up. Slide out, rotate it around, slide back, and together. If you're utilizing a chair, it'll be on the standing leg. Just make sure it's secure. Slide out. Rotate it around. Stay on the ball of your toes. Slide back and together. Slide out. Rotate around. Slide back and together. Remember, sit back. The whole foot's grounded of the standing leg. Rotate and slide back. Slide out. Rotate around. Slide back and together. Next one. You're going to stand back on your grounded leg. This time you're going to go back behind you like a lunge. Stretch further, slide forward, come to the heel, and back. So what's important here is that you don't come to the ball of the standing leg's toes. You're going to go back into a lunge and forward towards like a pistol squat if you're familiar with those, but you want to slide from ball of the foot to heel of the foot. Switching legs so you can see it again. You're going to slide back into a lunge, coming forward through the foot until you get to the heel, and slide forward only until the standing leg's heel wants to come up. You want to keep it grounded, so you're moving forward and back. Try not to let the toe lift up off the floor. It usually wants to do it right around the standing foot's arch, back and forward, staying as you go through the whole entirety of the foot. And then the last one. You'll slide back into a lunge, rotate so it circumvents the standing leg. And you'll stretch back further and come standing upright. So go back into a lunge, rotate, stretch further, and slide straight up. Back, rotate, stretch, and then together. Back, rotate, stretch further, and then together. Switch legs. You'll go back into a lunge on the ball of the toe. Rotate behind so it circumvents the body. Stretch further, and then come together. Back, rotate, stretch, and come together. Just make sure that the standing leg's foot doesn't turn in the opposite direction of the leg that's rotating, because then it defeats the purpose of utilizing your outer hip of the standing leg. After this, take a deep breath, close the eyes, and relax.